All right, new Minecraft snapshot. Got quite a few new things to check out, one of which you can probably see right now. Kind of the main edition. We've been waiting for it for a while. Dolphins. Hey, what's up, buddy? You can't ride them, as you might expect. But we can check out the other stuff that you can do with them, or that they just do, the way they behave. Come on, do a jump. Dude, you look like you're ready to do a jump. Okay, you're drowning. No, go up for air, you dummy. What? I haven't actually seen that happen yet. It just spun around in circles, drowning. Okay, so first things first, they are mammals. They do need to come up for air. They'll do a little jump, and I assume that refills their oxygen. That one didn't realize it needed to, and it went dead. That's unfortunate for it. Well, in any case, some other behavioral traits of the dolphins. Let's go and ride over to these ones in a boat over here. When you ride over them in a boat, they'll actually like follow you around, and they'll do like some jumps out of the water. Just, like how dolphins, if you're on a boat in real life, they might actually follow you and kind of jump alongside the boat. If you've ever experienced that, it's pretty cool. Dolphins are pretty awesome in real life. Hey, come on. I know you. There you go. Come on, follow me. So they'll kind of follow you. Here, there you go. Now you can see them jumping out of the water. So they'll kind of follow you for a moment. They might do a little jump out of the water, do some cool. There you go. But dang, that was a massive jump. So they won't like follow you long distance, but they'll just do a little whoosh. Oh my God. I must go. My people need me. I've never seen one jump that high either. Granted, I've only been doing this for about half an hour or so. But okay, in this time of just this video, we've seen one just not come up for air and one basically launch to the moon. So that's pretty cool. Additionally, they like playing with just like, okay, goodbye boat. Wait, what the? Alrighty then, in any case, let's spawn a few more and we'll drop some items here. Hey, they enjoy just kind of like bopping them a little bit. I'll kick them down to the bottom. Usually that's what happens. And then, yeah, so we'll go after the one there. It knocks it down, which is kind of the opposite effect that you anticipate. You would think that they would hit it up. But maybe when it's down there and it hits it, it'll go back up. Hey, there you go. Okay, knock the other one up. You can do it. No, it knocked it down further. Not entirely sure how that works. But, you just have a bunch of these floating, and they enjoy messing around with them. Maybe multiple. I don't know how they choose which one they want to target. Maybe whatever is closest to them. But there you go. They enjoy messing with those. They enjoy following you around when you're in a boat. But, of course, no dolphin riding. I don't know if that'll ever change at some point. But we had that, whole thing about, I guess it was like animal cruelty or something like that. So they weren't going to implement it. Moreover, okay, new thing on top of the dolphins. You might notice it looks a little bit murky underwater, which is kind of how it always used to be until they started rolling out these snapshots for the 1.13 update. And they made it so you could see a little bit better underwater. They just reverted that to kind of what it was before, so it's kind of all murky. But it's so that there's a new way to get better underwater visibility. Well, you could do a night vision potion, or you can do this new thing called a conduit, and that has to do with it. So let's check it out real quick here. The conduit is made with a crafting recipe with these nautilus shells and a heart of the sea, which are both new items. So the nautilus shell, if you have a drowned, occasionally one will spawn with it in its hand. I'm just going to put down a bunch. We'll see if it happens or not. It's a rare thing, so it may or may not show here. If it doesn't, then just take my word for it. Occasionally you can get one of these dudes spawning, not with a trident, but with a nautilus shell in its hand, and when you kill it, then it'll drop it. It's not looking extremely likely right now. So yeah, you're probably just gonna have to take my word for it on this one. Even tridents are apparently more common to have spawn. There we go. Hey, gotcha. Nautilus shell. So they can spawn holding one of those. It almost looks like they're just holding brains, which would fit probably because they're underwater zombies. I'm sure they still like brains. Probably what their main diet consists of. So you can kill one of those, you can get a nautilus shell, and then you can surround this heart of the sea, which is still only a creative mode object, so you have to get it from the creative inventory. I'm sure they'll implement a way for you to get it, but for now, that's how it is. And then you can do a crafting recipe, like it was shown in the chest, like so, and you get this conduit. It's not Ender IO. It's not a redstone thing that is just better than redstone that you can build up in the sky or underwater or anything like that. Totally different. So it's almost like it's like a beacon but for underwater, really. So you need to build a structure, sort of like this. This is like the maximum amount of blocks that you can build the structure with. You can also do either the prismarine, or you can do sea lantern on top of the prismarine bricks, whatever block you would prefer, whatever's easier, whatever you like more, whatever's on hand. And then you put the conduit in the middle, break the block below it, and then it should turn into this this cool little thing. You see the heart of the sea surrounded by the nautilus shells, and all of a sudden, I can see underwater again. It looks more like it did prior to this particular snapshot update. So it gives you this conduit power buff, which not only does it allow you to see underwater, but it also allows you to just breathe underwater when you're within range of this, which I think it's like a 96 block range or something. So it's pretty generous. So if we switch on into survival here, you'll notice that my bubbles are not going down, which is okay. You didn't need to throw a trident at me. Good. No, stop. Okay, hold. Your range is not. This is not okay. Okay, hold on just a moment. Slash game mode and creative before I die. Okay, great. Woo. All right, chill out. I set that upon myself by spawning a bunch of those dudes. But furthermore, they'll start getting killed by this thing. So whenever they're within range, after it's like powered up to full, they'll actually, you see these little like particle effects and then dead. Yeah, that's what I thought. I actually didn't really need to switch into creative mode. It would have, taken them out. So this is more or less like, I feel like it's leading into a heart of an underwater base, because obviously with the whole aquatic update, they're trying to promote the idea of spending more time in the water. So this is something where you like put it at the center of an underwater base that you've made, and then you can breathe. You don't have to worry about that. You can see just fine. It also gives you like aqua affinity, so you can mine a little bit easier without an aqua affinity tool. So I'll switch back into survival here, and my fist it's like haste, but underwater, more or less. And that's all encompassed within this conduit power buff right here. Yeah, what's that? You're gonna try to reach me? Not today. Get wrecked, bud. If you destroy the center, if you destroy any of the blocks to where it's not a valid formation anymore, then it'll cease to operate. But you can swim pretty darn far away, and you still have the buff, and you can see underwater. I feel like the visibility is almost the main sell for the thing. And I know people are going to be like, damn, I really liked having the full-on underwater visibility in all these previous updates. I'm bummed they got rid of it, but I guess it gives this whole conduit thing a little bit more of a benefit than it would have offered otherwise. So those are the main couple of things in like the warm ocean biome and with the conduit. So now we'll move over to a kind of a brand new biome, actually. So this is the new cold frozen ocean biome. I don't think the biome itself is new, but the icebergs are. It almost feels like some kind of Game of Thrones north of the wall scene or something like that. You're going to sail through here and all of a sudden start getting attacked by White Walkers or something of the sort. So, I mean, it's kind of cool just to explore around. It doesn't really have too much in the way of like new villages or resources or structures like that to find. It does have a new block though. And also one more thing I wanted to point out is now light, it passes through water a lot more than it did before. So from the surface, it's a lot more easy to spot like the underwater ruins, which have the chests that you can get the buried treasure maps from. So nothing to do with the biome, but there's one of the underwater ruins down there. And before you wouldn't have been able to spot that so easily from the surface. So the new block is this blue ice over here, so it'll spawn naturally on the side of these icebergs. And it looks different, but also it has another property, which is that it's a lot more slippery than normal ice, which is kind of interesting. You can also, on top of just finding it, mining it with a Silk Touch pickaxe, if all you have is ice at your disposal, you can craft it, but it's pretty darn expensive. Takes 9 packed ice, and then you can make blue ice from that. But as I said, a lot more slippery. I don't know if you'll be able to tell the difference when I ride the boat over it, but at the very least, here's a quick demonstration. So if we throw the block out here, can see how far it goes on normal packed ice. And then we'll move on over to the blue ice and boop. And it'll go a little bit further, hopefully not off. Don't go off to the side. I thought I had a straight shot. So you could almost make like a mini golf course as a custom map. And like this could be the fairway, whereas regular ice could be the rough off to the side or something like that. I don't know, just an idea. Map makers, if you wish to implement, I'd be super down for a blue ice mini golf course. I think that'd be pretty fun. You do actually travel a little bit faster with the boat if you're on the ice. I think it's like 25-30% faster or something like that. But it's, unless we have two people like side by side, I feel like it's not going to be a super easy difference to be able to tell. But here's the comparison. I'm sure if we timed it, it took a little bit longer for me to reach the end there on the packed ice rather than the blue ice. Just take my word for it. It's faster, okay? So there you have it. So that's pretty much it. You know, you can sail around on a boat. Not really sail, but paddle around. It's a pretty cool environment, though, don't you think? And the icebergs, they're all floating. They don't connect to the ground below. Although I don't know if the whole tip of the iceberg saying holds true here, because it seems like the tops are pretty much the same size as the bottom in this case, where I think in real life you have just absolutely massive bottoms to the icebergs where just a little bits poking over the surface. But hey, it's a really cool bit of scenery. So I like, dang dude, and then you can even get, it's the Titanic. We've just stumbled upon the wreckage of the Titanic. Crashed into an iceberg over here. Is it actually crashed into the iceberg? Yeah, it definitely is. Damn, that's pretty cool, right? You have a chest on you? Buried treasure map, perhaps? That'd be kind of awesome, actually. Anything? Hey, no buried treasure map. But maybe down further? I don't know. Anyway, that's a cool spawn. I like it. Ship crashed into an iceberg. That's pretty cool. I don't know if that's coincidental or it just, you know, that's one of the preset spawn locations for it, but I like it. So anyway, that was it for the new snapshot. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Make sure to like it if you like. Check out the playlist in the description if you want to catch any other snapshots that led up to this point with the aquatic update. Subscribe if you're not already, and that'll do it. I guess I'll see you next time.